Hi everybody, Rad Mom here. Welcome back to the channel, where this week we're going to be talking about one of the big feminist issues of our time. Do women need more sleep? Once again, my daughter actually brought this to my attention, and I was looking into it, and it just gets more wibbly wobbly as we go along. So come on this research journey with me to discover the truth behind what is apparently a TikTok trend. Just like everything else in this world right now. What I initially found when looking into this was they kept quoting this Professor Jim Horn, who is the director and founder of the Sleep Research Institute at Loughborough University in Leicestershire, England. And he appears to have given an interview, but I could not find this study. The Daily Mail had this article. They quoted him. Professor Jim Horn, the director and founder of the Sleep Research Institute at Loughborough University in England, is quoted by the Daily Mail as saying, the more of your brain you use during the day, the more of it that needs to recover, and consequently, the more sleep you need. Women tend to multitask. They do lots at once and are flexible, and so they use more of their actual brain than men do. Ooh, my goodness, I thought. Why have I not heard about this? A man who has a complex job that involves a lot of decision-making and lateral thinking may also need more sleep than the average male. Though probably still not as much as a woman. So I'm absolutely salivating at this point. I need to find this study. So I literally ended up at PubMed just scrolling through this man's, he's got studies going all the way back to the 70s. He is the real deal. I could not find this study because it does not exist. It has been conflated with a different study from Duke, which is in the United States, and it's completely different, which did say that women apparently suffer more from sleep deprivation. The Duke study found that poor sleep is associated with greater psychological distress and higher levels of biomarkers associated with elevated risk of heart disease and type 2 diabetes. So there is a difference in the need for sleep. And women tend to stay in bed a little longer than men do. They don't really know why. But the fact that this study doesn't even exist and I had been sent on a wild goose chase got me to thinking. This has been a viral headline that's made the rounds several different times over the last 15 years or so. And I just got to thinking, why do so many women feel so vindicated by this idea? And why is the media so happy to promote the idea that women are better at multitasking? It's not that we're smarter or that we use more of our brains, which this man did say. But where did he get that information? He's the founder of the Sleep Institute. This is his professional opinion. He is the kind of guy who gets to have a professional opinion about a thing like that. But that's all it is. And this headline made the rounds several times. Arianna Huffington had the gall to declare it the next feminist issue. What happened with that? You founded a newspaper. And you're not even going to look into whether this is based on anything. The state of journalism today, right? So I'm left looking into this myself. And I did find some fun clips that we're going to look at. We're going to kind of hear from every quadrant that I could find. Some of this stuff is really amazing.
So they say women need more sleep than men because our brains work harder, which they do. Now that's according to a new study that says women just have, more complex brains.
No, there's no study that says that. I looked and looked and looked for this study. It does not exist.
Now, the study done by Sleep Research Center at Loughborough University found that women need 20 minutes more sleep compared to men. If women don't get sleep, experts say they can experience high levels of distress, hostility, depression.
See, this is where we switched to the Duke University study now. These were conflated underneath these headlines all over the place.
And even anger. But all of those traits are not associated with men when they don't get enough sleep. Now, we know also in the study it mentions that women are the ones out of the two, the ones that do the most multitasking.
Where did he get that information? He's the founder of the Sleep Institute. This is his professional opinion.
And it also shows that...
Go on. Please go on.
Yeah.
And now we get to take a look at the social dynamics between the hosts of this local news program reporting on this. Are you ready?
Yes, women do the most multitasking, and sleep. Apparently, when we get sleep, it helps our memory. And if we don't get sleep, it also affects part of our language and the words that come out of our mouth. So I understand this completely. Women just are constantly doing more. They have to.
We have to run the world.
She's joking, right?
You know, we have to run the household. You know, I mean, the world. The sun does not wake up without us.
That's right.
She's being facetious. I hope.
That is correct. I will not refute any of that. Although I do tend to think you overthink things a little bit. Just that's all I'm saying.
Why is that guy acting like a hen-pecked husband? What's going on there?
Just overthinkers. It's but you run the world. Yeah, I mean, I agree with it all.
No, we don't. What is this? Why is this guy not understanding that that's supposed to be a joke?
I do feel like we get so
Or is he playing along and I'm the dumb one? Tell me in the comments.
Bogged down as women over just daily things, and then you look at your fellow man and they just, it's like, you could be going through the same thing and it's like, oh, nothing ever happened.
But is he just trying to steal camera time?
It's a good trait, though.
It is a wonderful trait.
The fact that we get so, you know,
you sleep so much easier, too.
No.
But y'all live a lot longer, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Ooh, all that work you're putting in.
Kitty, got your tongue, Crash?
Silent.
If you can't say anything nice. Now, this one's a little weird. This is clearly an AI video, right?
It is quite interesting for everyone to know that sleep is a point where women enjoy the perks.
It's about to get wild.
All men out there must be thinking why women should get extra sleep.
I think that's meant to be a question. Why should women get extra sleep? But it's... All men out there must be thinking why women should get extra sleep. And we are just getting started.
This is Earthy Perks with a new episode to reveal why women should sleep more and why they need extra sleep than men.
Because men are the standard.
One needs proper sleep regularly if he or she is very active and efficient, or has to perform the chores more vigilantly.
I know I need to perform my chores more vigilantly every day.
According to scientific research, it was estimated that an 8-hour sleep should be a done deal. Why do they need extra hours of sleep? Well, in short, they are programmed differently as human beings.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Their physical and physiological functioning is a bit different, and so are their circadian patterns.
Okay, this is actually true. Duke University defined that women have a shorter circadian pattern, so we tend to want to go to bed earlier and then want to get up earlier, according to their research.
Researchers have proved that healthy sleep acts as food for the brain, and women use their brains a lot. The brain functionality is multiple times more than men, so they need extra sleep to revitalize and fuel the brain. Women are phenomenal multitaskers, be it in the workplace, kitchen, handling children, or any other children.
Yeah!
They can multitask. How? Well, it's all in their brain. No one yet can crack this code.
We don't really know how the human brain works, so if you hear somebody claiming that they do, they're lying or mistaken. But is that what they mean? Or is this video trying to say that no one understands the female mind?
Their never-ending flexibility to handle multiple tasks at once need energy and presence of mind. They manage it with more sleep. Women manage homes and the workplace, so poor sleep can quickly put them on a mood swing.
I know that my mood swing gets worn out every 6 months or so, and I have to replace it. I use it so much. But this is the kind of thing that we have all known forever. This is what used to be called a woman's delicate constitution and why we weren't fit for, like, public life. And now, I think it might be being used as a justification for why we're not allowed to give up our job at home.
If they are not sleeping well, they are prone to stress, anger, and depression more than men. So sleep has much to do with their behavioral patterns. A pro tip.
They said that no one's cracked the female mind, but, they have a pro tip for us.
You need them to stay happy and keep you happy? Let them sleep more. Women's healthy sleep means a happy day. Do you know sleep is connected to women's appetite? When they sleep less, they eat more. So here's terrible news. This can make them out of shape.
Yes, that is terrible news for fellas everywhere, isn't it? Let your girl sleep or she might get fat.
And being overweight and shapeless is the biggest nightmare for women after aging.
When exactly do you stop aging? If you guys are thinking what I'm thinking, then yeah, you do tend to become kind of shapeless and formless after you stop aging. AI videos are so weird.
With gentlemen, chivalry, all men out there. Let's embrace and appreciate women for what they do. They deserve the heartiest salute.
From the Living Standard. Thanks, fellas. So we've waded in the shallow end of the pool, and now we're going to swim a little deeper with some more mainstream sources.
If you're a woman dealing with sleep issues, you aren't alone. According to a recent survey by the National Sleep Foundation, women are more likely to report trouble falling asleep and staying asleep than men, with the U.S. Office of Women's Health stating that 1 in 4 women has insomnia symptoms.
If you're experiencing trouble sleeping consistently for more than 2 months, you need to seek professional help.
Wow.
So again, these differences are real. They just don't know what causes them.
So what's the main reason that you don't sleep well, do you think?
I think, and I love that the men are joining, but for a lot of us...
Hovering, some might say.
Hovering.
Eye rolling.
Staring.
I don't think so.
Again, sexual politics on full display. Because it's a women's issue, I guess. The men have to be there to weigh in, obviously.
Yeah.
If my child gets up and has a bad dream, they wake up one person, because guess who gets out of bed?
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah. I think for me it's the kids' stuff.
I have no thoughts on this subject at all. I will say I think I am a light sleeper, and I've become more of a light sleeper since I had kids.
I do not know if this is such a topic of conversation among childless women. Please, childless women, comment down below and let me know if you've experienced any changes in your ability to sleep or stay asleep as you've gotten older. Because apparently the science has not reached this topic yet. So we could be the first to make a big discovery.
I have found this summer has been especially difficult because the kids' schedules are a little off. It's harder to get them to go to sleep.
Oh, poor big man.
Do you wake up in the middle of the night and worry?
Yes.
You do?
I just wake up to go to the bathroom and go back to sleep.
And then do you start worrying? Because if I get
Shut up, Al.
No, you do. What's your...
I just go, I slept 10 hours last night.
All right.
Way to go, Jenna.
So who took care of, so did Henry
My children are at camp.
Oh.
That explains it, right?
You get the good sleep.
I have an empty house.
Yes.
They say unmarried women are happier. I wonder if this has anything to do with it. So now we're going to visit with an actual scientist. She's listed as a pulmonologist, but I suppose must have some level of expertise in this area. You know, she's not a director and founder of the Sleep Research Institute at Loughborough University in Leicester, England. But what she's saying is essentially the research that I could find.
People need 7 to 8 hours of sleep. It's been studied and known that women do tend to sleep longer than men, although the need for sleep is equal in both sexes.
So why do women sleep more?
The other issue with women is that we tend to be lighter sleepers than men. We tend to have more fragmented sleep, more arousals during sleep, whether that starts because of having children or because of hormonal issues. You know, I don't think that's been teased out.
Big surprise, right? Science does not know this. Personally, I suspect it's a little bit of both. But I can't be the one to tell you that because I have the kids. So my sleep pattern has already been disrupted a long time ago. My hypothesis as to why women might hypothetically need to stay in bed longer is because we have more demands on our time and energy. Yeah. But is that just the natural way of things?
But we need the same amount of sleep.
Why would the media be so eager to push the idea that women are better at multitasking? Could it be because it backs up our cultural expectation that women are expected to do a hell of a lot of multitasking? I'm just asking. I did end up finally going to Snopes because I was so confused I just could not find the study. I figured I must be missing something, and it was that this was all a bunch of smoke and mirrors. The article I found outside of the Daily Mail with the longest quote from Professor Horn also had this lovely diagram on the clitoris and suggested I should learn how to orgasm. So I was starting to think that perhaps this news story did not have the greatest pedigree. But it was confusing because, like I say, this Professor Horn is the real deal. So what is going on? It's an old clickbait headline that's been stitched together from these comments from Professor Horn combined with this study from Duke about how women do suffer more from lack of sleep. And then just this morning, I stumbled upon the thing that I think started the whole thing off in the first place. In a recent post shared with his 324,000 Instagram followers, Dr. Flynn claimed women need 8 to 10 hours of sleep, while men only need 7 to 8 hours. He suggested this was due to differences in hormonal fluctuations between men and women, which means lack of sleep causes more stress on a woman's body than on a man's body. Recent articles floating around say women need 20 more minutes of sleep. That's Professor Horn. He was the one who suggested that overall, generally speaking, women tend to sleep longer by about 20 minutes. That was him. He is quoted as saying that in the Daily Mail. That's a conservative estimate in my opinion. Well, who in the hell are you? You're not the director and founder of the Sleep Research Institute at Loughborough University in Leicestershire, England either. Who the hell is this guy? Apparently he's some kind of hormone guru. And it's so aggravating that when we do get to discuss the differences between men and women, it's just used to justify the cultural narratives we already have. Because apparently everyone would rather feel personally validated and discuss a bunch of clickbait headlines than bother to look into the fact that this study does not exist. So thank you for coming on this frustrating little research journey with me today. I have been Rad Mom. Join us at the top of the hour for the live stream and discussion where we can dig into this further. There is so much, but I wanted to, keep the video reasonable in length. Why would the media be so keen on pushing this? Is it all just misogyny? Misogyny on parade. That's kind of all I ended up seeing here. Thank you so much for sitting through it with me, and I will see y'all later. Have a good one. Bye.